It's day 2 of road trip week, so today we're talking all about food and snacks for the car. First things first, I don't let my kids drink anything except water in the car, and mostly that is just because if I gave them a drink that they weren't used to having, they would drink a lot of it and we'd have to stop a lot more often to go to the bathroom. So I just fill each of them up a little insulated water bottle so that it stays cold, and that's what they can have to drink. If we are leaving close to a mealtime, I'll use my easy lunch boxes and pack them just a little meal, and we'll eat that on the go. But mostly I wanted to focus on other snacks and how I pack those for the car. Food and snacks are one thing that I want to always make sure that I have plenty of, for a few reasons. One, because a lot of times if you're going on a long distance trip, you could have very long stretches where there isn't anywhere to stop. So if someone gets really hungry during that time, or if it happens to fall around a mealtime when you would normally be eating and you don't have the option to pull over and get food somewhere, it's nice to have enough food in the car that you could turn it into a meal or tide people over until you are able to stop. Secondly, I don't know about any of you other mamas out there, but I get totally hangry. And usually when we're getting ready for a road trip, eating is not like a top priority for me. And so if I let myself go for a while without eating, I just get frustrated and angry. So the snacks, let's be honest, are for me as much as they are for the kids. So I like to pack everything in an insulated bag. I think this one is from Costco. I like the bag as opposed to a cooler just because when it's empty, you can collapse it and it doesn't take up as much space. Plus you can kind of squeeze it into different spaces of the car instead of having a hard cooler that may be harder to fit. Obviously you could use whatever works best for your car. At the bottom of the cooler bag, I just keep some frozen water bottles, and those are to keep some of the produce and perishable items cold, but also it's nice to use frozen water bottles because then those can be a water supply as well. So when your kids' water bottles run out, you can use those as they thaw out to fill the water bottles. So double duty there. Let me show you all of the snacks and how I prepare those. So I like to pack stuff that I know my kids are gonna like, but we don't necessarily have it around the house all the time, so it's kind of a novelty. And I like to put everything into individual snack bags. I know it seems like extra work, and it is initially, but it will make your life so much easier when you're on the road to just be able to grab a perfectly portioned snack bag size instead of trying to pour into a different container or letting your kids eat something right out of the bag. It stays a lot cleaner and it will save you a lot of time when you're actually on the road. With crackers and cookies, I like to get mini anything that I can, first of all, because you know I love mini things. But like these mini vanilla wafers or Nilla wafers are a lot less messy to eat because kids can put an entire one in their mouth as opposed to bigger crackers that make more of a mess. So I try to choose stuff that's really small, easy to eat, won't necessarily be super crumbly, and then just take a few minutes to put it into snack bags. With produce, I like to pick stuff again that is not super messy to eat, that my kids like. So grapes, mini cucumbers that don't even require cutting, baby carrots, apple slices. You'll want to eat these near the beginning of the trip so they don't get brown. And then I do pack some condiment cups for dips. I wouldn't give these to my younger kids, but my older kids could use these, and for sure I will be using these. So just some ranch condiment cups for the veggies, and then some peanut butter for the apples. And with the condiment cups, I like to put them into a Tupperware. This is a set that I got at Costco. These are awesome, they're disposable. But they're great for something like this, to just put in your condiment cups, because when you're pulling stuff in and out of the snack bag, I don't even want to risk having a lid pop off from one of the condiment cups and getting ranch all over the rest of the snacks. So I keep the condiment cups in a Tupperware and put that on the bottom next to the frozen water bottles so that they stay cold. And then instead of throwing all of these bags in, as you can tell, I just really like to compartmentalize things. So I just grab some gallon Ziploc bags and and these can totally be reused. They're not going to be dirty. They're just going to be housing other bags. So you could use these for trash, for diapers, for whatever. But like I'll put all of the produce into a gallon Ziploc bag, and the more you compartmentalize, the easier it is to grab things out of the bag when you're on the road. So I'll put all the produce into one and just zip that closed. And it also makes it really easy to find exactly what you're looking for. So I'll put all of the kind of dried fruit type stuff, fruit leather, dried apricots, craisins, and applesauce pouches into another one. And then I'll do a Ziploc bag with the salty crackers, and then one for the cookies and animal crackers. So this just makes sure that we always have something that everybody is happy to eat if we're trying to stretch out hours on the road until we can make a stop to eat somewhere. But it's the easiest and most convenient way that I've found to just keep a large variety of snacks, and it really doesn't take up that much space in your cooler bag in the car, and the things that need to stay cold can stay cold right there on the bottom, and everything else will be super easy to grab from their gallon Ziploc bags. Another food I did that I loved, and this one came from my friend Jamie of Wander and Scout, that she keeps a bag of Jolly Ranchers in the car, and each hour on the hour she'll pass out a Jolly Rancher to each of her kids. So I thought that was kind of a fun way to mark the time that's passing and just have a fun little treat every now and again. So you could do Jolly Ranchers if you have younger kids that maybe can't suck on something. I thought like these little watermelon gummies would be fun. So I thought that was a cute idea as well. So I've got another great food road trip hack for you, and that is regarding fast food. So I know usually when we go on trips, we prefer to stop for meals and get out so the kids can stretch their legs, run out some energy. But if you were in a situation where you need to eat in the car, where you need to just drive through somewhere and get it to go, I have the perfect way for you to make sure that it ends up mess-free. So whatever fast food place you go through, just make sure that you ask for a cup holder and get one for each of your kids, and it makes the perfect tray to hold all of their food. So you have one spot for the drink, you have one spot for their fries, one spot for apple slices or yogurt or whatever they get as part of the meal, and then a spot. Ketchup. Yes, and the middle spot is perfect for ketchup, huh? This middle area of the cup holder is just the perfect place to put some ketchup packets. So if you do have to eat in the car, this is a great way to make sure that everything stays nice and in one spot and as clean as possible. Is that yummy?